Diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamond, and we are presented by the Hula Bowl. Today I have with me one of the better corners in all the ACC. His name is Ja'Sir Taylor. He's out of Wake Forest. How you doing today, sir?
Good. How are you?
Doing all right. Give us just a brief background of your history, if you don't mind. Kind of walk us through where you're from and how you got there, actually, to Wake Forest.
Yeah, I'm from Asbury Park, New Jersey, a really small town, Monmouth County, by the Jersey Shore. My high school days, I went to Brick Township High School. I was coached by head coach Rob Dahl and Lynn Zdanowitz. My time was pretty much served on the offensive side, making plays at slot receiver, running back, any position where I had the ball in my hands. So that's where I envisioned myself playing at the next level is offense. My recruiting process was kind of slow until going into my senior year. I received an offer from Temple by Matt Rule and his staff. And of course, that was to play offense. So I was stoked about that. I committed that summer going into my senior year just to focus on football and finishing my last year until late November, early December. Out of the blue, I received an offer from Wake Forest University. Never really spoke to them, knew really much about them. And what threw me for a loop was they wanted me to play defensive back there, which was kind of confusing to me because I didn't see myself as a defensive player, but obviously they saw something in me. So I took my official visit there in January. I enjoyed every moment of it. I wanted to commit as soon as I left, but I took some time just to think things over and speak to my family. And then ultimately I did commit there. Then I got up here my freshman year in July. Maybe I had 2 weeks to get accustomed to things and then went straight into fall camp. I worked my butt off to earn some playing time, which paid off. I was on the nickel package, playing nickel corner coming in as a freshman. And that's pretty much been my role in my first 3 years here. I was playing behind two great corners who are now in the NFL, Isang Bassi and Amari Henderson. And then when my time came, my senior year last year, I became the starting corner and a captain for this team. I had a good year as I would say, and then I received honorable mention. And with the whole COVID thing, I was granted another year. That would have been my last year. So I was thankful for that. Had another opportunity to showcase my skills this year. Coming back again, becoming a senior. Becoming a two-time captain here, and really been playing well at corner. I received honorable mention again this year. My proudest moment is being a part of this team, which is 10 wins at Wake Forest, one of the greatest teams in Wake Forest history. And we still have one more left against Texas A&M in the bowl game, and we're ready to win that one.
Right. Obviously, just kind of recapping a little bit there. New Jersey kid, it ended up, coming to Wake Forest as a nickelback, and then of course, past couple years being a captain, which is great. Obviously, with COVID, a lot of people were given the opportunity maybe to come back, and you took advantage of that, which might be a really good thing because I think it really was a good thing because now you're part of a program who won 10 games, but really like the best team that you guys have been able to put together in quite a while there at Wake Forest. So awesome stuff. We're looking at you as defensive back. Talk to me about your skill set there, maybe how you view yourself as a prospect, and maybe like the best part of your game.
I would say the best part of my game is being versatile. I feel comfortable playing outside corner, nickel, even dabble in some safety if I get the opportunity to. And most importantly, special teams. I'm willing to contribute to any team that's willing to give me a shot, and I feel comfortable with my ability.
Yeah, definitely a special teams guy. I wrote down in my notes as I was watching you, very dangerous return specialist. So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, with the limited opportunities I got as a kick returner. I feel like I capitalized and was able to showcase what I could do back there. I've always wanted to get back there. In the first game this year, I got the opportunity to. And the first ever kickoff return I ever received, I took it to the house. So that was special to me. I'm glad I got to showcase a little bit of that.
Nice. And you've been out there at like the gunner position and things of that sort?
Yeah, I also play gunner on punt return, even tight down in the formation as a tackle, blocking, just any way to get down there in coverage.
Awesome. So like, I don't know if you've ever done this, but I mean, obviously, you get guys that are, fans of players in the league. I mean, is there maybe a player in the league that you would say that you either compare yourself to, model your game after, or even that somebody that you're a big fan
Uh, when you go through college with a bunch of great teammates, they often go on to the next level. So I really keep up with my guys. So I'm a fan of Jesse Bates, Hussein Bassi, even the D lineman Boogie Basham. Like anybody that I've played with, I follow heavily, and those are the guys I look up to.
of? Awesome. Awesome to have some great teammates that have gone on to do some great things and get into the league for sure. So, uh, you had mentioned some of your moments out there, just kind of some of your better moments, but let's just kind of talk about what leads up to those moments, and that's just kind of like the typical like weekly preparation. So you get out there, during the week you're trying to prepare for your opponent. You got to get in the film room and the weight room. Talk to me about how you have been in the film room, how you've developed over the years, and how that's helped you in your game.
Yeah, what I would say that helped me the most was learning from the older guys the right way to do it. I was always the younger guy in my position group for the first 3 years. So I also had a lot of mentors and guys ahead of me showing me the right way to watch film, how to prepare, how to keep my body right in the best shape possible. So when it was my time to be the leader in my room, I didn't miss a beat. Um, I'm by far the oldest guy in my room. I have a bunch of younger guys, freshmen, sophomores, and a little bit of juniors. So they're looking up to me to show them the right way of how to watch film, how to prepare, how to go about the game plan, the extra things you need to do to take care of your body. So all the credit I have in the way I prepare is to the guys that were before me.
Gotcha. And how do you approach the weight room? I mean, obviously you're not one of these, big, huge guys on the line, but I mean, what's your mentality towards the weight room and maybe like your favorite lift?
My favorite lift, I would say bench press. You may not see it physically, but I enjoy doing bench press days and even squat days sometimes. Squat days are the most competitive. We usually do those after a hard run that we do on the field, and we come in and we crush squat. And the energy in the weight room where guys are hitting PRs, everybody's at each other's rack, cheering each other on. It's a great moment that I'll miss.
Gotcha. I mean, obviously you get out there, during those times, and it's a lot of craziness happening and a lot of people screaming and like, revving up everybody like, in the weight room trying to get you to do like the best you got for sure. So great moments to be able to, put up some personal bests, whenever those things come around. So what about like the day of the game? Is there maybe like some sort of ritual that you do like the day of a game? Anything that's maybe unique to yourself, you think?
It's hard to keep a defined schedule because sometimes we play at 12, 3:30, 8 p.m., 7:30. So it's hard to keep a strict routine. But I would say in the locker room, I like to watch a couple highlights of my guys that are in the league and the guys that were before me. And then I like to listen to music, just the normal things. After I do my own pregame warm up, I come in, make sure I get all my pads straightened out, see what swag I'm going to wear for the day, all while listening to music and try not to be too tight and like in the locked in mode because it's still got like an hour before I get to play. So I still want to be loose and enjoy the process. But when we come back in after doing our pregame warm up, that's when I start to lock in, kind of tone everybody out and just focus on my assignments.
Gotcha. And what's in that playlist, man? What's in your head, as you're preparing there, sitting down in your locker room? Like who are you listening to?
Yeah, of course I gotta listen to Meek Mill. I love the music that he makes. I listen to a little bit of Lil Baby, G Herbo, I listen to a lot, just things that um, things that get me hyped, things that on Tuesday and Wednesday where I'm thinking of making plays in the game, and those songs that get me hyped, I kind of put those in my head.
Nice, nice. Well, let's talk about some of your best moments out there on the field. I mean, whether it be like you on special teams or you making some great plays there on defense. What are maybe a couple of those plays that you want to highlight here that we can talk about?
My best moment by far of my college career was my kickoff return to the house, and that's not because I took it to the house on my first time receiving the ball. It's what I did right after that. After I touched the end zone, I was heading to the bench, and out the corner of my eye, I see my teammate Donovan Green, and he had a season-ending injury, and he was our kick returner. So that would usually be him scoring those touchdowns, and it just felt like the perfect time to embrace him there. So I ran over, gave him a big hug, and just embraced him, letting him know that I love him, that he's still a part of us, even though he's not out there competing with us. So that's by far my best memory in college so far. And then second, I would say freshman year in the Belk Bowl beating Texas A&M. I played a lot of snaps that game. I was heavily involved, and it was just a gritty win and one of the biggest wins in our history here at Wake Forest.
Gotcha. And again, like you said, I mean, we got one more game to wrap up a crazy long career. What's gonna give you guys that W during that game for that game?
Preparation. We got a lot more time than we usually do to prepare for a game. So taking that advantage, studying the film, getting ahead of them, and then putting in the work and practice. Those are the key things that we need to do to win this game, and executing. We got to go out there, create takeaways, and protect the ball. We're all about the turnover margin here, and if you win the turnover margin, we truly believe that you can win the game.
Right. Well, I mean, just kind of want to talk about you as a prospect. I mean, really one of the things that I feel that you have going for you is just straight up speed, man. Like you got some sick speed to you, like in the 4.4s somewhere. So I mean, if people that haven't clocked you yet, I mean, I'm sure they need to get out their stopwatches and their radar guns to see how fast this guy is actually going. Because I mean, I know that you're really making plays out there. Again, let's just kind of talk a little bit more about this speed. I mean, one of the interesting things, if people go back into your history a little bit, very good track and field athlete. I got in my notes that you ran a 10.7 in the 100 meter, which is an excellent number. So you feel like your track has, experience really has helped you as a football player?
Yeah, most definitely. Going back, I wish I did track all 4 years. I would have loved to. I enjoyed track. I did pretty much any event I can do. You're only allowed to do four in one meet, and I was doing all four, running from 100 to 200 to high jump to long jump, trying my best to compete. And I really enjoyed track.
Yeah, I mean, again, definitely a guy that whenever we get out the stopwatch is probably going to run in the 4.4s. If not, I don't know, man. You think you could, break that 4.4 mark? Is that even a possibility or what?
Yeah, I think I could break that 4.4 mark, especially with 2 months of training for focusing on technique and proper way of running and getting back to that form again. I think I could break that 4.4, and that's what I'm shooting for. I'm hoping to make people double check and look at their clock and kind of be amazed.
Nice. Do you have anything lined up yet as to what you're going to be doing, like as you're preparing for the draft and what have you? Like, do you know where you're going to be?
No, I do have some places in mind, but I haven't sat down with my family yet and really narrowed down and picked one. I'm in a hectic season. We're playing all the way into December 31st, so a lot of things is going on right now.
No, I get it. I mean, obviously, when you have a 10-win season, you're going to end up having a late game. So that's just kind of what's expected to happen. So I do want to get a chance to meet who Jahsir Taylor is outside of sports. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me, maybe some of your hobbies, interests, anything that you want to drop here. Just tell me something interesting about yourself.
Yeah, whenever I do have free time, I tend to just hang out with my boys, my teammates. And then when I want to connect with my guys back home or back in New Jersey, I hop on my Xbox. We all get in a party. We play Call of Duty Warzone and Madden 2K, and we all just chop it up on the headset like old times.
Awesome, awesome. Again, being a New Jersey kid, talk to me a little bit about your hometown. Like where would we have to go? Like if I came to visit you back at your hometown, what would we have to do?
I definitely would take you to the beach. If you want to enjoy your night, probably seaside or somewhere where there's a boardwalk with a bunch of rides and nightlife, just so you can see the full experience there. And then if you're up for it, we might take a trip to New York City and enjoy Times Square, shopping, just show you around.
Nice. Sounds like a whole lot of fun. What if I don't know if you've actually sat down and thought about this, but like, obviously you're going to get a chance to play at the next level. Probably going to get that one big paycheck. Have you ever thought about perhaps like what you would do, like if there was any like particular cause or charity that perhaps like you might, you know, put a little bit of funds into, getting that one big check from the NFL?
Definitely in mind would be just like a recreational center back in my hometown as for kids to do things and have a safe space to just enjoy being young and being kids. There were a lot of centers growing up when I was young, but those are closed down now, and it leaves kids nowhere to go in the summer or even after school. So just a place for them to be kids and enjoy the community and have a good time.
Nice. As we begin to wrap up, I try my best to always ask this question, and it's really just the why question. The why question really meaning, why do you do what you do? Why do you play this game of football? And who or what motivates you the most?
Yeah, when you're young, you just want to play as many sports as you can just to have a good time with your friends and enjoy those moments. And that's where it started out as for me, just another way to have a good time with my friends and play the sport that I love. And then when I got older, I started to learn about how good my grandfather was at football, and then my dad in football. They're like high school legends in Asbury Park. And then just taking that name to the next level. I didn't want to be a household name around New Jersey, saying how good of a high school player I was, and then taking that next step to college and hopefully expanding on that into the NFL, and then just looking at um, the kids behind me, my little cousins, my little brothers, and even my family members. Just being that inspiration from such a small town, Asbury Park, New Jersey, as well as Brick Township. Just it's kind of rare where you see somebody make it this far and do what I do. So I pretty much do it for them and the people behind me and everybody looking up for me. I want to be a vision and a voice that no matter your circumstances, no matter how big or small your school is, no dream is too big and you can accomplish anything if you put your hard work behind it and stay focused.
Gotcha, of course. And very finally, I know that there are scouts that are watching you, coming to your practices, obviously coming to your games, watching you on television, making all these highlight plays. I want you to just kind of address those guys right now. Give them your pitch as to maybe perhaps why they should draft you, sign you, bring you into their program. So go ahead and lay that pitch on them.
Yeah, if you pick me for your team, I'll give you max effort. That's a no-brainer. I'll do anything I can to help out the team, special teams, nickel, corner, safety. I do anything possible to help the team win. You won't have to worry about any off the field issues. I'm a quiet guy, I keep my head down, but when I do open up, I'm an enjoyable guy. I make the guys around me laugh, and I'm also a great man outside of football.
Great. I mean, obviously, I have to agree. I mean, you have a guy who's very versatile, who's got a lot of speed, who can really be a key factor on special teams, whether it be a return specialist, a gunner, or obviously just going out there, covering things. I mean, and then of course making plays out there, on the defense, whether it be at corner or nickel or safety, like you had mentioned. I mean, versatility is really going to help you at the next level. You got a lot going for you, and I feel like when it comes draft day, maybe perhaps you'll hear the name Jahsir Taylor from Wake Forest. So I appreciate your time, bud. Wish you best of luck.
Thank you very much for having me.